You're 7 years old and you are riding in the back of an armored Mercedes through the mountains above Medellin. The man who drives you is named Marco. He has driven you every day of your life. In the front seat, another man watches the trees. You have learned not to ask what he is watching for. Your father is not in the car today. He is rarely in the car. But when he is, doors open, men stand straighter, phones stop ringing. You have come to understand your father as a kind of weather. He does not arrive. He arrives. You are going to the estate. La Hacienda. 3,000 acres. A zoo. An airstrip. Hippopotamuses in the lake that your father imported from Africa. A small locomotive that runs a loop past the animals on Saturday mornings. You have ridden it so many times you have stopped counting. These are normal things to you. The way a bus is normal to other children. You do not go to school. Teachers come to you. Between lessons, you follow the bodyguards on their rounds. They teach you a card game they play between shifts. You are 7 years old and you already understand two things most people take decades to learn. That love and power are not the same thing, but they can look identical from far enough away. And that the sound your father's name produces in adults is not respect. It is something older and colder. You won't have a word for it until you're old enough to wish you didn't. This is your life at every level of being born the son of the most powerful drug lord in history. From the hippos in the lake to the day you change your name and pray it's enough. Level 1. The estate. You grow up inside a world that has no edges. A bull ring, a go-kart track, a swimming pool drained and refilled every Friday because your father is particular about water clarity. Your best friend is a man named Gustavo, 34 years old, your head bodyguard. He teaches you dominoes and lets you win sometimes, but not always. You understand the difference. When you are 9, Gustavo does not come back from a trip north. Nobody explains. He simply ceases to appear, and the space where he was becomes something you learn not to mention. Your father attends your birthday every year. He teaches you to drive a car himself, patient in a way he is with almost nothing else. What you do not understand yet is what the estate costs, not in money, in bodies, in judges who change their minds or disappear. The estate is not built on industry. It is built on a word you won't understand until you're 14 and can't unhear once you do. Level 2. The Exile. You are 16. It is December 2nd. Your father is dead. You know before anyone tells you, by the quality of the silence. There is a silence that happens when something feared finally arrives, and it is different from all other silences. Germany says no. Peru says no. Argentina says tentatively yes. You arrive in Buenos Aires in January with new names on new documents. You are no longer who you were. The passport says Sebastian. You attend public school for the first time in your life. The first week, a boy asks where you're from. You say Colombia. He says, "Are you related to?" And you watch his face as he is about to say it. Something in your expression stops him. He never asks again. You learn what it is to sit in a classroom where nobody knows your name and nobody watches their face when they say it. You learn what it is to be nobody. It is the most frightening and most necessary experience of your life. Your allowance, 0. Your mother works a job she has not done before. You carry boxes after school. You are the son of a man who once burned $2 million in cash to keep his daughter warm on the run, and now you carry boxes after school? This feels more real than the motorbike, the pool, the Saturday locomotive. The Exile has no score. It is just Tuesday in a city that does not know your name. And for the first time, that is exactly what you need. Level 3. The Secret. University. Architecture. You chose it because buildings have rules. Physics, load, structure, consequence. Things that cannot be bribed or threatened into silence. You have a name. Sebastian Marroquin. You say it every day. You have said it so many times it has started to feel like it belongs to you. There is a woman in your program named Valentina. Her father is an accountant. She has a way of looking directly at people that you are not used to. Because in the world you came from, no one ever looked directly at anything. You date 4 months before you tell her. You sit on a bench outside the faculty building and say the original name. You watch her face rearrange itself. She stays. You will not fully understand what that costs her until much later. Your professor says something in a seminar you write down and keep. A building does not apologize for the materials it was made from. It is responsible only for what it does with them. You spend the next decade trying to find out if that applies to people. Level 4. The Reckoning. $25,000 a day. That is what analysts estimate the operation cost at its peak. In 1989, the locomotive, the card games with Gustavo, the hippos. You write letters to families of victims. One woman, the daughter of a judge killed in 1989, agrees to meet you in a cafe in Bogota. She is precise, not warm, completely entitled to be both. She says, I did not come to forgive you. You say, I did not come to ask for that. You stay 2 hours? At the end, she says, you didn't choose this any more than I did. That doesn't make us the same. You fly back to Buenos Aires. You are 29. You are beginning to understand that what was inherited was not money. The money was gone in a Bogota hotel room in December 1993. What was inherited is older and heavier and less liquid than money, and there is no document that can quantify it. Level 5. The book. You write it in 18 months. Your editor says, we are not going to make him a saint, and we are not going to make him a monster. You say, neither of those was my father. She says, then write that. There is a chapter you write and delete 9 times. It describes a morning when you were 11. Your father came to breakfast in a good mood. He told jokes. He sat with you for an hour and helped with a math problem. You remember it with absolute clarity. It was 6 weeks after a car bomb he ordered killed 27 people in Bogota. Your editor says, that's exactly what the chapter is about. You put both facts in the same chapter. The book is translated into 17 languages. Journalists ask, do you love your father? You say yes. They are not satisfied. You have stopped trying to give answers that satisfy. Level 6. The Inheritance. La Hacienda Nápoles is now a theme park. This is not a metaphor. The Colombian government converted it into a public tourist attraction. The airstrip is a parking lot. The go-kart track is overgrown. The hippopotamuses your father imported have multiplied. There are now over 100 in the rivers of the Magdalena Basin. Ecologists call them an invasive species. They have no natural predators. They are altering the ecosystem in ways scientists are still measuring. They are called the cocaine hippos. This is the inheritance. Not money, not the estate. The hippos, still alive, still spreading, too large and too established to remove. An unintended consequence of a man who wanted everything. You are one of the hippos. You have known this for some time. You did not choose to be imported. You are not responsible for the river basin. You are here. Level 7. The question. Your son is 7. His name is Juan Emilio. He is in the back seat of a car on the way to school in Buenos Aires. An ordinary car. He is looking out the window the way children look at streets, as if the street is simply the world and the world is sufficient. He doesn't know yet about the name, or the hippos, or the $25,000 a day, or the judge's daughter who did not come to forgive. He knows you run in the mornings, that you draw buildings, that you sometimes go quiet when certain songs play on the radio. At some point, he will find out the way people always find out, from a classmate, from the internet, from a cousin who says it carelessly at dinner, and when he does, you won't have a satisfying answer, because the satisfying answer does not exist. What you will have is this: you did not choose the name. You are responsible for what you do with it. Both facts live in the same chapter, and they always will. The car stops at the school gate. Juan Emilio climbs out. He waves. He does not look back. You watch until he is gone. You think about the locomotive, about Gustavo, about 100 hippos multiplying in a river 8,000 kilometers north of this ordinary street. After 37 years, you are still learning what was inherited and what was yours to build. Both things are true. Neither resolves.